Hey guys, so today we have a few stories to talk about. Instagram, Twitter, follow me on there. It's a fun time. And also, second channel coming soon. I feel like we went from, oh guys, subscribe so we can have a second channel to, I know we've hit 500k, but I'm gonna make my second channel soon. Like, I should have had this ready. Yeah, I'm gonna get it ready this week and then let you guys know so you can go over and then we can film a video. Let me know what first video you want to see and then I'll try to make that one happen because this is just embarrassing right now. Anyway, we're gonna go over a few stories. We're gonna start with the little ones and then go into the big ones because that's usually how I like to do things. I like to keep you guys on your toes. So the first story is Charli D'Amelio recently has been in a few interviews and has been kind of replying to a few questions, and she always talks about the amount of hate she gets, and it's usually, she says, to do with her looks, where like she's a very pretty girl, she looks great, and apparently a lot of people have a lot to say about her looks and it's obviously not nice. She's a very young girl. She's in that kind of phase where what people say actually affects you, like a lot more than it would an adult, and even adults would be affected by this at this point. And apparently she, like, you know, really started watching her weight and stuff, and it's just unhealthy. Like, I guess that she's living her best life right now because she's got her career going and she's being sent to fashion shows and fashion week and she's obviously living the dream, but at the same time I want to know how this will affect her mentally in the years to come. Like, will this have really bad consequences in the future, and if so, I just want someone there to make sure that she's not reading the comments. Like, because I think it's very easy to get caught up in, like, you see one bad comment and then you're like, oh, let me see if there's more, and then you start reading more and then you start going down like a spiral of, oh, there's just so many bad comments. So I think what she needs is someone to be there for her, and the moment she starts spiraling into reading comments, they'll be like, no, we're going off your phone, we're gonna go do something. I just want her to have like a good support system, and I'm not saying she doesn't, I'm just saying I'm hoping that there is a good support system from friends or family that will just kind of understand that world, understand the toxic parts that come with it, and help to get rid of those toxic parts of that world, because I think even adults can't really deal with the hate on the internet. Like, I'm not talking about constructive criticism, or if you up, people are going to call you out on it. Yes, perfect, cool. But I'm just talking about like nitpicking and going for your looks and just saying things for the sake of saying things and not because the person's actually done something wrong. That you have the right to not like someone or not like their channel or not like their content. That's just human nature. I don't like every single channel I come across, but that does not mean I have to let them know. You know, there's just some things you can and should keep to yourself. And she's so young, so young. I just don't want to see her end up on a bad path of usually how these things end with, like, addiction or, you know, just dealing with things in very unhealthy ways. And I just want her to find a healthy way to get around all of this while still enjoying her career, because I wouldn't want to see her kind of step away from TikTok or Instagram or YouTube. I want to see her do more, because I think this is the new wave of like new influencers. I just want to see her succeed, but at the same time I want her to find healthy ways to deal with what's happening. The next piece of tea is Kevin Kwan. Kevin Kwan he was a big MUA. He had one of the first like makeup artistry books that he would sell, and then he passed away mid having his brand, like her makeup cosmetics brand, and I think the people who took over that brand destroyed it completely. Like, I don't hear of anyone going, oh my god, this Kevin Kwan product, you need it. I think I only have one Kevin Kwan product. His products are, well, they're not really his products anymore, they're just products with his name on it, which is worse because he's not even here to confirm that this is what he wants for his brand, and these people seem to not actually know what he wanted for his brand. And if this is what he wanted, then I have one product which is a contour powder. It's like the tiniest thing that I remember Kathleen Lights would always recommend, and I don't really use it anymore because I don't contour, because I do this makeup which is just like barely anything there makeup. Like, I just have a little bit of bronzer, a little bit of blush, and I'm chilling. Like, I like to focus on eyes and stuff like that, but I like the whole natural looking skin makeup, so contour just isn't a part of that anymore. So the one product I have, I don't use. Recently they came out with a foundation balm because all those like skin tints were coming out where like barely their makeup was a trend, and apparently he came, well, not he, I'm saying it like he came out with this balm. It's his name on a product, and the balm was a total flop. Like, no one liked it. I don't think I saw a single neutral review. Like, it's not even positive. I'm saying there wasn't a single neutral review like, oh, this isn't my favorite, but it's not the worst. Everything was just like, this is absolute garbage, it made me look like a lizard. So as you guys know, I follow Trend Mood, so I don't really go on Instagram much, but when I do, I just go and see what new makeup's coming out, and then I go get out there. And Trend Mood posted this picture of the new foundation from Kevin Kwan coming out, and what do you guys think I'm gonna have a problem with? Is it the price? No, Kevin Kwan's expensive. We all knew this. Packaging? No, it's fine. Whatever. I don't care. The shade range. Look at it. It's abysmal. What is this? Oh my god. This is what I mean by hate comments, right? Like comments that make no sense, that nitpick everything you say because they're just hateful little pieces of shit. In my last video, I spoke about the Benefit Foundation and how they were trying to bamboozle us to make us think that there are more shades than there are. And someone, and by someone I mean a white woman, in my comment section was like, well, I don't complain that Fenty doesn't have my shade and I just go and use other products. It's not a big deal if a brand doesn't have your shades. I'm like, Fenty has 50 shades. Pretty much it goes from white to black and everything in between. If you can't find your shade, that's probably you just not knowing how to shade match. If you can't find your undertone, that's fine. That's fine, okay. There's 50 shades. I'm sure if you really tried, you would find your shade. Please don't come for Rihanna when she was the one that actually came out with the shade ranges. She sets a standard that now has to be met. This is what I mean. You never really noticed how bad foundation shade ranges are because they usually cater to people like me, right? So I never really noticed it because I'm like, oh, there's my shades, cool, pick one, cool. I don't really look at the rest of the shades. But now that people are coming out, by people I mean Rihanna, coming out with 50 shades, you're like, I can't help but notice that other brands are lacking in this department. You just can't help it. It's like looking you dead in the face. It's like we're missing shades here. And with the Kevin Kwan one, the darkest one is a medium. So they have, you're telling me, 3 shades that look identical, that are light, then a few medium shades that also look somewhat identical, and then 2 darker shades. This is an expensive brand, and I'm gonna spill the tea. It's always expensive brands doing this. But hear me out, right? It's either very, very expensive brands doing this, or very, very cheap brands doing this. The mid-tier, like Anastasia Beverly Hills, those brands, I know they're not really considered, but do you know what I mean? Like those brands are always doing full shade ranges. Fenty, Anastasia Beverly Hills, they're all doing it. And then drugstore struggles to do full shade ranges. And then people like brands like Dior and Chanel are also just not doing full shade ranges. What is this? And also the packaging. They told me Kevin Kwan would do a squeezy tube. Pathetic. Anyway, I'm done talking about this. Fix your shade ranges. Recently I spoke about how celebrities suck. We're in the middle of a crisis that I would like to refer to as Voldemort because I don't want to get demonetized. Celebrities are not doing anything valuable. They're singing songs to make us feel better, put us at ease. It's not putting me at ease. The collective worth of that video, like the celebrities in that Imagine video, the Imagine by John Lennon singing video that you guys saw on Twitter, I'm pretty sure. The collective worth of all those people was about like 150 million. And you're singing Imagine by John Lennon off key? You're telling me you couldn't spare just like 1% of your net worth? You couldn't just... No, you couldn't? No? Cool. Let's all just sing Imagine by John Lennon because the virus is not gonna come at me if I'm singing John Lennon Imagine. Anyway, and then there are so many celebrities right now posting pictures, documenting this, posting pictures of themselves crying in isolation because they can't deal with being in isolation, while they're also staying in their multi-million-dollar mansions with a secure income. And if there's no income, they have savings because their net worth's in the millions. People like Ellen DeGeneres, I spoke about Ellen DeGeneres because people say that she's a really mean person, and she posted a picture of herself crying in her mansion because she's in self-isolation. Sam Smith, same thing, just crying. Why? And then recently, celebrities got praised by some like article because they were going makeup free during isolation. Wow, they're heroes. They're so strong and brave. Yes, you're home. You don't need to go anywhere. So you're not gonna wear makeup unless you're doing something. Like with me, even if before this whole thing happened, I didn't wear makeup if I didn't need to. Like if I'm at home not filming a video, I'm not gonna wear makeup. Right? Why would I do that to myself? And then if I am filming a video, I'll do makeup. Wow, cool. This has been my life for like 2 years now. Come on guys, get with it. It's not that difficult. So they're getting praise for going makeup free, barefaced on Instagram, because that's gonna save the world right now. Going off the whole Voldemort crisis thing that's happening, there was a guy, I'm not even gonna say his name. He's one of those like clout chasey people that goes to supermarkets. And do you guys remember the ice cream licking trend? Yeah, that didn't age well, did it? He, same guy, went to a toilet, public toilet, and licked it. Same thing as that girl that was on Dr. Phil. She also, I'm not going to say any of their names because 1, I don't care to find out their names, and 2, I don't think they need that promo. I don't think I want to be the one to give them that promo. So she also on a plane, I think, licked a public toilet. Cool. And then one of his friends, right, so he licked the toilet, and one of his friends tweeted out saying, he's now tested positive for Voldemort. Are we really going to trust that information? Because it almost seems like it's clout chasing. That's really interesting. But if he did, I'm not saying he had it coming, but he had it coming coming, right? You don't lick the toilet and expect to be fine. I'm not saying people deserve to have it, but what do you expect when you lick a toilet? What effect were you waiting for? These people are weird. And during this crisis, Elijah Daniels, who is one of 10 Emoji's like ex-friends, I don't think they're that friendly anymore, because I don't really see them together. He has been doing a lot to kind of help mainly like homeless people as well. So he's been collecting face masks and food and drinks and stuff, and then having like a truck go around and give out the supplies. And he tweeted, you know, the progress that he was making, so like the amount of things that they handed out. It's all great stuff. Like, it's all great stuff. He's always doing those kind of things on Twitter as well. Like, I think he gets a bad rep for being kind of like edgy and stuff, but whenever it comes to a crisis, he's always like really on it. So he tweeted at Jeffree Star, because this was like an LA truck. They were doing this in LA because LA has a really high number of homeless people, and homeless people are the most vulnerable right now when it comes to catching Voldemort. And he tweeted at Jeffree Star because Jeffree Star has warehouses in LA where he keeps like stock of makeup and stuff. Jeffree Star has this whole time been like cash apping people money, and like he did the whole tweet where people are like replying to it and they could win X amount of money. Elijah Daniels tweeted at Jeffree Star saying, "Hey, at Jeffree Star, do you have an open warehouse you could donate for a week that we can use to expedite packaging supplies for Cult for Good? We have 2 running at full capacity and we already need more space." So it's a bit weird to me that he's like willing to give this money away from his tweet, but then sparing a little bit of space in his warehouse. No, you're not gonna do that? That's insane. He got unfollowed by Jeffree Star, and then Jeffree Star claimed, "I unfollowed you months ago. Why are you trying to connect it to today? I've donated countless money behind the scenes to non-profit organizations to help people who are suffering from Voldemort. Your agenda shouldn't be to start drama with me when we are in the same battle. Then why don't you give the warehouse?" I'm not denying all the help that he did. With the kind of money that Jeffree Star has, you'd expect him to help money-wise. It's a little weird that he just wouldn't give the warehouse away. Like, what's happening in that warehouse? Are you still like running your business in full force? Because I think running your business right now should be the least of your concerns. I don't know. Jeffree Star has always a lot to say about how other people are doing things, and then it comes to these things and you're like. And the last piece of Jeffree Star tea, kind of, is Jeffree Star had a video where he sold Nate's, his ex-boyfriend's Bentley, and then bought him an Aston Martin, and he made a video about this, and Nate was like disappointed that he sold his Bentley, which was his favorite car, whatever. And then he recently changed the title of that video from giving my boyfriend an Aston Martin to pretending to give my ex-boyfriend an Aston Martin. People were wondering, like, was this all staged? Was this all fake? And turns out that it was. Like, turns out this was all fake, because all the cars belong to Jeffree Star. Like, they're all under his name. They all belong to him. So when Nate left that relationship, he also left the cars behind. I don't know, I always feel like Jeffree Star was always the kind of guy that was like, I'm so real and honest. So I never really took him as the guy that would like fake stuff for videos, but you know, everyone runs out of content sometimes. So I know it's just a weird thing. And then he deleted that whole video after people gave him like some for basically faking a whole video. It was weird. Anyway, and the last piece of tea is Nate recently had somewhat of a girlfriend. Like, people thought that him and this Instagram model were dating, and apparently now they're not dating, which means they could have broken up or they were never together. And people are assuming that once people started to like figure out that Nate was seeing someone, they gave him a lot of for it, and she didn't really want to put up with it, so she called it quits. That's what people are assuming happened. We don't really have any proof that they were actually dating, but if they were, and if there was any sign that they were, because apparently they had like pictures taken in the same spot at the same time, whatever, they would have been comments under each other's pictures. Cool. I'm assuming Jeffree Star fans really went hard on her and him, but mainly her, because that's usually what happens. And she probably was just like, I don't want to deal with this. If that's actually how it went. People are not actually sure if they were dating or not, but if they were, then that's probably what happened. And I would probably have to peace out in that situation too, because it's just like, that is too difficult. Like, why would you want to put up with that for a relationship that might not even work out? The next, I guess, semi-related tea is Tati. Tati recently said that she would stop sales and shipments of her makeup brand, so you're not going to get any new textured neutrals palettes, and people were giving her shit for it. They were like, well, we want to buy more makeup. Apparently people were giving her shit for it. I don't know how many people were giving her for it, but that's apparently what happened. And I'm just wondering, like, in the middle of all of this, do you really need more makeup? Are you going anywhere? Is that what's happening? Are you leaving your house? Are you going to a party? Do you need more makeup? And also, if you're buying that palette, I'm assuming you're into makeup and you already have other palettes, this is the chance to do your project pan. This is the chance to finish some of your makeup, hit pan on a few things, you know? Whip out that old eyeshadow palette that you forgot about and that's at the end of your drawer. You might be surprised. I feel like this is just the right time for me to not do any more online shopping. I'm gonna sort through my clothes, see what I want to give away, see what I want to keep, go through my makeup, see what I want to give away, see what I want to keep. It's my time to just finish up stuff, you know, and see what I have in my collection, and then once all of this is over, I can buy stuff again. But yeah, I don't know, I thought that was such a weird criticism. And then Halo Beauty, like Tati's vitamin brand, put out a statement basically saying that they were going to release like an immune system vitamin, but obviously now with everything, production has to stop. So she was like, I was gonna put out an immune vitamin, like a multivitamin, because it apparently helps. Like she was gonna put it out for the new school year, because that's when everyone, like that's when flu season is going around, kids are going back to school, everyone's getting ill. And then she said, here's the ingredients that were gonna be in my vitamin, and then here are the alternatives for those ingredients that you can find somewhere else if you really need that vitamin right now. And people are giving her shit for it, because people are like, oh, she's pushing this vitamin thing, she's selling out. Like, if she was selling out, don't you think she would speed up the production and then sell you her own vitamin instead of promoting other vitamins that are competitors to her vitamin? Like, that made no sense. I'm sorry, that just made absolutely zero sense. I don't believe in the whole, like, yes, you can use supplements and vitamins to help you out, but they're not gonna fix everything. And I think that's what Tati said. She was like, this isn't gonna fix everything. You still have to go see your doctor and take medication and do everything that they tell you. But vitamins, they help to just boost your immune system and help you to, you know, fight a little harder against any crisis, Voldemorts that are happening right now. So yeah, I don't really see how any of those were her fault, but okay. Nikki Tutorials recently uploaded a behind the scenes, like a studio tour, and in that tour she started showing all of her palettes and drawers and stuff. And then she said, and sometimes if I don't like a brand, I'll put another palette on top of those palettes or on top of that product to hide that product, because yeah, she doesn't like a brand, or a brand's like done her wrong or something. And when she said that, she showed her McGrath palettes, and in that video she said, because the owner of that brand was very mean to me when we met face to face. So it must have been at like a makeup-y event or like a party or something, and McGrath must have been mean to Nikki Tutorials. And actually a while back before then, Nikki Tutorials filmed a review of the McGrath primer and foundation, and she took it down. And actually Jeffree Star took his one down as well. So people are wondering, why are people taking down their McGrath foundation reviews? Was there any legal trouble? Nikki Tutorials said that there was no legal problems and that she took it down because it wasn't doing well, but the video's on like 1 million views now, so I don't know if that's bad for her or good for her, but I don't know. Anyway, they both took their reviews down, and she claims it's because it wasn't doing well, but she put it back up. And then she said that McGrath was mean to her. I wonder what happened. I guess we'll never find out. The next piece of tea is Nikki De Martino had a meet and greet, and a guy came and gave her like a bracelet that he handmade. She says that all of those presents from meet and greets always go to her manager, and her manager looks through them just to make sure that everything's like safe and there's no like dodgy stuff in there. And then she gets them, and there was no note attached to the bracelet, so she just started wearing it, and she didn't give him the promo. And he made a whole video being like, Nikki's so disrespectful. I gave her a bracelet for free and I didn't even get any promo for it. She was like, there was no note on it. I don't know who you are. I don't know who to promote. She was like, I just thought it was a bracelet that someone gave me to wear. So this is the one time I'm actually gonna agree with her and defend her, because what? Apparently started like DMing drama channels to like get his story out there, as if he's not in the wrong here. If you want to promote, attach a note. If the note got lost, tough. You should have just taken that as you gave someone a bracelet, period. She was like, yeah, I don't know why he's making a big deal of it when I wasn't made aware of the fact that he wanted promo. And if he had just let me know, I would have given it to him, because the bracelets are really nice and all of his products on his website are very nice. And now he's just ruined that for himself. Like, if he had handled this with a little more class and grace, he could have actually gotten the promo that he deserved. He could have just DM'd her or messaged her or like atted her or something without the malicious intent behind it, and she probably would have been like, oh, that's you, I'll give you the promo you deserve, king. And now he's known as the petty, malicious guy that no one's gonna want to buy from. You just screwed yourself over, and apparently his products are really good, so like, wow. And the last story for today is some more Trisha Paytas tea. So Trisha Paytas recently claimed that she had DID, and she came for another content creator called Nin, who also has DID, but actually has DID, not pretends to have DID. And that was a whole thing that was happening. And then Nin from DID said that she was on multiple occasions now almost hacked, because someone's been attempting to basically hack her on her Instagram, her AdSense, to take her money away from her, and it's just crazy. And she's also been receiving hate from some like channels, and there was a new channel created called Tatiana. And if you realize, Trisha Paytas, every one of her alters has a name starting with the letter T, and people are saying Tatiana is actually Trisha Paytas's hate channel that she made specifically to target Nin, because that's how petty she is. And if I'm gonna be honest, I believe it. Like, I would not be shocked in the slightest if someone said to me, this is Trisha Paytas's channel that she is using to hate on Nin, because she's terminated channels before. She doesn't think straight. She's not the kind of person that is logical and uses common sense or empathy. She'll do anything and everything for clout in just any toxic way. So yeah, I still don't think she has DID, but I do think that she's trying to hack into Nin's channel and Instagram out of spite, because she exposed her and no one believes Trisha, as if anyone's going to believe her anyway. That's basically the tea of that. Is Trisha has done some things over the years. She's pretended to be a nugget, she's pretended to be transgender, she pretended to have DID, she's terminated a channel before because she didn't like the edits that they were making of her, and now she's trying to hack into DID's channel allegedly and Instagram and take away her money that she is making from making YouTube videos, because Trisha Paytas does not want to see someone else profit off of her coming out video. So yeah, that's the tea on that. And if you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, comment down below anything, comment down below, and subscribe because I post videos every other day-ish, so hit that bell and you'll be notified when that's happening. Second channel coming soon, links in the description for anything you need, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.